she never get. She never knows when to quit. I stole it up the skies. Her heart is where fire lies. Can see it in her painted eyes. She's got a rebel heart. She's got a rebel heart. She's up against them all. She don't seem to understand what she wants to do. Light a fire, hit and run, like good rebels do. She wants to overthrow our love. Maybe too much ain't enough, and we won't make it out alive. She's got a rebel heart. She's had it from the start. Out there on the run again. She's got a rebel heart. One day she's gonna fall. She's got a rebel heart. She's up against them all.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. When a team already has a playoff spot in their back pocket, it can be easy to lose focus and ease up late in the regular season. But not losing momentum going into the playoffs is also important, so they just can't mail it in here. It's the Patriots going up against the Broncos. Set for the call of this Week 15 matchup, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Larry, we are at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, as you get a look at Sports Authority Field at Mile High. Coming up, a rematch of last year's AFC Championship game between the New England Patriots and the Denver Broncos. Now a carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
But when it comes to the running game, the New England Patriots, they're one of the few teams in the NFL that I don't think care much about balancing things out.
Last year, to your point, 5th in passing yardage, number 30 in the run game.
What they want to do each and every week is make a game plan based on their opponent, not so much their own personnel, and they try to attack that way.
To the right side, and he's got Edelman. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be third down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Working from the gun, it's Brady. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
And they will not even get to the line here as we'll get a delay. And big problems getting the play out, obviously. This will be a delay. In the backfield is Anderson. And he'll get it up the middle. And nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. The offensive lineup now, and the guy we highlight, Emmanuel Sanders.
You can use him in any spot as a wide receiver. In the slot, out wide, it doesn't matter. He just makes plays.
On second down, Lynch. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and that's going to lead to a third down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9.
Here we go now. Green.
On third down, Lynch. Got a man. He finds Sanders. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
A quick look here at the Patriot defense.
It seems like whenever people talk about Chris Long, the number one thing they discuss is his motor and how relentless he is. Let's not forget, he's also a superior athlete.
This will be caught at about the 6. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Virgil Green, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Now Jones. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. You know, the Patriots gearing up to go now. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Rob Gronkowski, he's the cowbell of this offense.
So good that you just can't call him a tight end. You call him a special receiver. Can often line up on the backside of a formation and be the primary target. And no one has more fun in this league than Gronk.
Brady again here on 2nd and 10. To the left side and complete for Julian Edelman. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Give him 7 on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Let's see if they can convert here on 3rd and 3. They slot Gronkowski outright. Brady going to try and throw on 3rd down. He's got a man. It's Mitchell. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. 1st down and 10 now for the offensive group. So the D-line's going to spread out. Now a first carry for LeGarrette Blount. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Brady gives this one to Lewis. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Again, it's Lewis. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
That was a good, strong run there. While it won't pick up a first down, it was definitely something needed by that offense. A positive run. They got a good push by their guys up front. Maybe something they can build on as this game continues.
Here's Brady to throw. And a first hookup with his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski. He got 29 yards that time. And I put my first tally mark next to the Brady to Gronk counter here.
I think it may be the first of many because once they get going, look out. Things tend to snowball. Tom Brady trusts Gronk as much as any receiver I think he's thrown to in his career. And it's evident when you see that.
Saying something.
That's saying something right there. But he's earned it.
First and goal here from the 9. They run. This is Lewis. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal. And a look now at how the Broncos line up defensively.
A former first-round selection, Bradley Roby, is comfortable whether covering in the slot or outside the numbers.
Now Brady throwing on 2nd down. And he fires one incomplete. Julian Edelman, the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down. So they're coming up here on the 9th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and goal. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Brady going to throw. There's a man, and it's Edelman for the Patriot touchdown. Julian Edelman, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots are an extra point away from going out in front. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And coming out now, the Broncos. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive, but they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard. Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. I think he's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd run to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
Detroit! Detroit! Detroit!
Thomas, the lone receiver, left. Throwing, Lynch, trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dante Hightower. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25. And Denver getting set to take the field. They come out here in the eye. Here's Anderson as they begin this series on the ground. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. Dante Hightower on the stop. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 10 to start things out. Looking to throw on 2nd. And Green with a catch left side. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
First down. Here's the run with Anderson. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
They run it again with Anderson. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. They tried to run the counter, just that the defense wasn't fooled.
And when they're not fooled, you see the end result. Because what you're doing there, you mentioned the counter. You're using your offensive linemen sometimes to pull or move to influence the defensive front to go in that direction and create the space back in the other side and block it appropriately. But you're exactly right. Didn't move him. Sat there waiting for him and made the play.
And I guess, Charles, sometimes when you have a receiver well over 6 foot, you do that. Just put it up there, let him grab it, and he did.
And it certainly appears like a 50-50 ball, right? We always talk about that when both sides have a chance to get it, the receiver or the guy covering him. But I think the odds actually are in favor of the offense. They can see the ball coming.
Anderson loses the football. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. So the Patriots coming out now. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
Sets up the screen to Lewis. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
And I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not their friend.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
The former 7th-round pick, Julian Edelman, just continues to have such a productive career.
And has made himself into a receiver. Remember, he was a college quarterback, and not just a productive one, a very good one.
At Kent State, right?
Yes, a great leader, a guy who could make plays with his feet and his arm. Got to the NFL and had to convert into being a receiver and was drafted that way. And that conversion, oh boy, it's been good.
So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's 2nd down. Brady to throw on 2nd down. Over the middle, the catch made by Mitchell. 15 yards through the air on a 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Malcolm Mitchell out of the University of Georgia was the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Looking back to the air on second down, it's Brady. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake, third down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. They'll run it here. This is James White. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. So on 4th down, Brady will yield to Gostkowski for the field goal try. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and that will extend their lead here to 17-6. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, but the net gain, 3 points.
And you're going to have drives like that in this league. Sometimes you just got to take the 3 and move on. Always better than nothing.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Super Bowl 49 hero Malcolm Butler. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. And a great spot to start this drive from here. They come out here in the eye. Brady gives now to Blunt. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Now Lewis. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Denver right after this. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. First down and goal to go from the 7. This is Lewis. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal. And now the Broncos will burn another timeout here. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now Blunt. And he is in. Touchdown, New England. LeGarrette Blunt with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead.
Offensive line coaches always tell their guys, if we score touchdowns, that means we get to the end zone first. That's exactly what those blockers did, clearing the way for their back.
Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And last time, one-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard. Second down, they need less than a yard to pick up the first. They'll come out in the pistol. Again, we'll see the pistol here. They run. Anderson. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
Well, after what we just saw, we know that with third down coming up, this is not a gimme for the offense. They've got to figure out what they want to do. Do they challenge their offensive line and try and run it? Or do they go ahead and concede that this is a tough defense and put it in the air?
It's a big play there for the Broncos. 32 yards.
He's come a long way since his time at Georgia Tech. What did he run at Tech? He ran hitches and go routes, essentially.
Yeah.
I mean, but he ran them really well. He averaged well over 20 yards a catch while he was there. And he still creates downfield in the NFL. That big body and that willingness to go catch the football. He's pretty impressive.
And his friends call him Bebe, the nickname his uncle gave him back in the day.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Now Lynch gets it to Strong. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone,
now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Watch left. Stop right there.
Thomas, the lone receiver, left. On 1st and 10, it's Lynch. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Duron Harmon. The Patriot offense now set to come back out on the field. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it. And we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
So after the INT, it's Brady. On the crossing route, that's caught. Julian Edelman. And he's brought down after a good gain. It's a gain of 24 that time. And that's good for a New England first down. They slot Gronkowski outright. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Here's Brady to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Brady again here on 2nd and 10. This is White on the screen. And he's brought down after a good gain. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Now one with Lewis. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. And Gostkowski's kick is good. So at halftime, it's the Patriots with the advantage. As we send you on down to our studios in Orlando, where standing by is Larry Ridley with our EA Sports Halftime Report. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
In the backfield is Anderson. Lynch looking to throw on second. And Green with a catch left side. And he's going to be taken down deep into Patriot territory. It's a big play there for the Broncos. 38 yards.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Jamie Collins from that outside linebacker spot. He's able to get in there for a loss of 9. Second down, Lynch. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver. 3rd down here. So a 2nd down incompletion now brings up 3rd down. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right.
Green 39! Green 39!
Now Paxton Lynch on 3rd and long. Got a man. He finds Sanders. That one goes for 24 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions?
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. C.J. Anderson hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos get a bit closer. And they're able to run it in. It started with the battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
And they'll run it here. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front, and then maybe a guard can slide up to the second level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football. Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. They slot Gronkowski outright. On 2nd down, here's Brady. Looking for Gronkowski, and it's intercepted. It's Nick Perry with a pick. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Here we go now. 3-19.
On 2nd down, Anderson. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a 1st level run, and it was stopped by a 2nd level player.
Now Lynch. Green with a catch left side. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line.
And coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Now it's Lynch. Screen play, Anderson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Gun. Over. Let's go. Green, 39.
They'll throw on 1st down with Lynch. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Now Brady throwing on 2nd down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
You ever notice that when Tom Brady does get hit and drop to the ground, some guys back to him pretty quickly to check on his health, aren't they?
That's exactly right. For as much as he throws, doesn't take a lot of square shots, but took one there.
He's really smart in the pocket, isn't he? Even out of the pocket. He understands where the pressure is coming from. He senses people. You're exactly right. Doesn't take too many direct ones. But that one had to hurt.
A gain of 13 and also a 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Back now at the home of the champs, Sports Authority Field in Denver. We get set for the 4th quarter. Patriots have the lead. They also have the football. Shift together here from the D-line. They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Brady to throw on second down. And he rifles one incomplete. Gronkowski the intended target, and it's third down. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. Throwing is Brady on third down. He's got a man. It's Mitchell. And that one good for 16 yards and a first.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
And they'll go on the ground. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 14 there. And it'll be first down, New England.
Well, how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
It's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
So if I'm an offensive coordinator, there's one thing that I know for sure. This is one of the top 5 teams in the NFL against the run. So when I look at my playlist, I'm probably thinking about throwing it.
Oh, long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. Brady looking to throw on 3rd and 2. This is caught. Gronkowski. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3.
I'd love to sit down at some point in our offseason and talk to these defensive coordinators in the red zone. Tight end is obviously a big threat, yet these guys continue to make plays. Is there any other way to stop them?
Apparently not. In the red zone, like you said, that's your guy. They got it to him.
Supreme confidence in going to a playmaker.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
On 2nd down, here's Brady. That's caught at the 2. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And Gostkowski's kick is good. And that will make this now an 18-point ball game. And you figure with that, this game's pretty well out of reach.
It would take a heck of a comeback at this point. Being 3 scores down, I think that's too much to ask with time winding down here in the 4th.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
Here we go.
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
They go back to the... And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Patrick Chung. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. to see what they can do this time. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
4th quarter with a lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on 1st down. They did that plus 3.
Come on, let's go. What, 90? What, 90? 48 for Mike.
They'll run again with Blunt. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Here we go.
Here's White. That'll make it 4th. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Gostkowski now for the Pats field goal try. This from 42 yards out. And Gostkowski's kick is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. And with that last field goal, that puts him now at 300 made on his career, and that is something to celebrate.
And that puts him in the top 30 all time. So he's really made a mark, and he's got plenty of life left in that leg, that's for sure.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something."
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. They come into enemy territory, and I don't care what the matchup is in the National Football League. You're up like this late in the game on the road. This feels pretty good.
Oh, it feels fantastic. Anytime you get a road victory in the NFL, that's a big-time accomplishment, and to do it this convincingly, that just tears up the script that every home team has, which is nobody comes into our house and pushes us around. They took care of business today.
Yeah, they pushed around, and now the final stages of this one. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. And now the Broncos will burn another timeout here. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The Patriots in the victory formation as they'll take the knee. Here's Ryan Allen now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. That'll go for only 17 yards on the punt. And possession will change here with very little time remaining in this contest. And now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning.